Pace car is in. 75 laps at Auto Club Speedway. Pedal on the outside, Picus on the inside. We are racing at Auto Club, and it is a great start by the inside lane. It's actually relatively even on the outside as well, as Sean Pina is struggling to get the car going, as I'm not exactly sure what's going on there. I think just towed to the garage there. Picus leads down into turn 1. Pedal on the outside. Clark on the inside. 2 wide for P2. 3 wide for P3 now. Clark getting very loose off the exit of turn 2. Now heading down into turn 1 as the drivers are all jostling around for position. You can see the cars moving around. The bumps cars make contact. That's Payson Lindsay getting into the back of, I'm not sure who that is on the outside, in the 12. On the outside, and CJ Clark now trying to make the outside work as well, getting into the wall. Payson Lindsay ducks down to the inside onto the apron, trying to look for as many positions as possible. It is just a draft train at the front right now. Payson Lindsay jumps up about 3 positions there, I think, going down all the way to the apron, as cars are fanning out 4, 5, 3 wide across the pack, and every driver looking for clean air where they can find it. Clark side by side with the number 128. Everyone fighting hard for positions here. Nothing as Daniel Wasoe Jr. giving a bit of a push down the straightaway to the number 12. Everyone at the front. David Pedgel actually biting for the lead now with Kenneth Picus and Jacob Smetana in tow as he's going to clear up. Pedgel gets through. Ducate looking to the bottom. They're 3 wide for P2. Jacob Smetana, Kenneth Picus, and William Ducate duke it out. Payson Lindsay pushes Picus on the outside, getting him back to Picus's bumper, or getting him back to Pedgel's bumper on the outside. Dives it into turn 1. This is incredible racing so far early on. Everyone putting it on the line this early is incredible to see. Pedgel leads clear out in front, but Ducate and Smetana have something to say about it. Ducate and Smetana but doors down the straightaway. Picus gets another push from Lindsay on the outside. He's going to be able to charge it down into turn 3. They're 4 wide for second. Here comes Payson Lindsay on the outside. Absolutely incredible battles here as drivers are... I'm not even sure what has happened there. Everyone stays fine. Kenneth Picus, I think, just...
You were blinked out on the side of his car.
Got huge net code and was inside of Jacob Smetana. I'm not entirely sure how they kept that going, but fair enough to them.
That makes sense, but that was...
In the world of real motorsports, but here in sim racing, the legacy this track has lives on, as I think that was Jacob Smetana going off, or spinning off of CJ Clark's nose, as multiple cars involved, as severe net code there for the blank car. I'm not sure who that is. Gary Wright involved as well, the 13. Jacob Smetana showing early on here. Clark, just kind of washes up into the corner, and the net code grabs him from there. Not really much any driver could do. And we are racing. Lindsay gets a great restart there, actually, as cars go around. William Ducate into the tire barrier in pit road, and Gary Wright spun around as well. They get it going. Down the inside goes David Pedgel. It's going to be maybe a quick and easy move, maybe not. Lindsay not giving him everything to work with here as they go down into turn 1, or down into turn 3, sorry. Oh, they make contact. Pedgel and Lindsay get into each other. They are going all at it right now. This is... It is early for this, as look at the inside. Here comes Enoch Hancock trying to sort through the leaders as they go to the outside. Inside, 3 wide, contact made into the wall. Hard on the outside into turn 1 as multiple cars involved. There's the points leader, Kohler McGillen. Oh, no. Stella Jr. starts coming up just a little bit. So Hancock starts coming down and starts holding his line, and then Randy Poling just kind of comes up. I don't know if it's maybe out of reaction, maybe, or what, but it, results in a huge collision between multiple cars.
Why are you so sideways? I've heard about
McGillen, Shuett, Poling. The 80...
I told you, I'm dirt tracking it.
68. And then Poling, just collects even more cars. Not really much you can do there. Just spinning. You're just a passenger at that point. We are racing here at Auto Club once again. Lap 20 of 75. Ethan George gets a great restart here as he pulls into the lead by about a car length and a half over Kenneth Picus. The field substantially thinner with all the cars that have sustained substantial damage as there goes around the 04. Payson Lindsay into the air.
Car low? Like, hello?
And the 04 just kind of comes down. I mean, hard to call.
Pace
The
cars on
04
the back.
got to know that Payson Lindsay's down there. But it's also hard to say because I think realistically that door is always going to close.
I tried getting on my brakes as hard as I could without wrecking myself.
But
and I don't know if I caught you better.
It does look like the 004. Dagan Roca, Kanapikis on the inside. Ethan George alone in the middle with Landon Norris looking in behind in 6th. Trying to find whatever he can. Pedro ripping the outside, trying to get some form of momentum off the corner. Pikas, Smetana, that may look to go 4 wide. Roca squeezes Smetana in, but he will get clear of Roca. Down into turn 3. The drivers are not... They've seen the wrecks, and they're not dropping anything yet. Here, Ethan George runs into the wall. Pedro has to avoid. Smetana to the inside. Everyone just going where they can find the grip as Pikas clears into the lead, but Ethan George wants it back, splitting the middle into 3 wide. Jacob Smetana dives it low. Ethan George drives it up the track, gets in front of the 83. Pikas tried to arc the corner to get the run off. Ethan George slow off the exit, got into the wall, and North splits to the bottom. Pedro on the inside as well, trying to work with his teammate and push him ahead as he actually gives a bit of a too much of a shove into the corner. Smetana has to get shuffled out wide. Pedro dives it up the inside. Ethan George on the outside. They're almost 4 wide for 4th. What a battle this is up across the pack at the front right now as Mike Jensen, I believe that is in the 12, looking to the bottom now for P6. As they're all just shuffling right up to the back of the leader of Jacob Smetana. Here comes Ethan George. On the inside, he dove it in, and I think he's got the move. No, he doesn't, because here comes Jacob Smetana on the inside with Dagan Roca trying to find a way to get by. Gets a push. Pikas jumps to the inside using the draft. Goes to the inside. 3 wide for the lead. Ethan George on the outside. Smetana in the middle. Pikas on the inside. Ethan George ripping the wall on the outside. As Smetana gets loose on the exit. They're 3 wide for the lead. And the pack is looking to challenge for them. Or for it behind. As they all go side by side. Ethan George clears. Jacob Smetana second. Dagan Roca third, as there's a little bit of smoke in the back, but nothing's going wrong there. Just some tire smoke. Pierce Smetana washes up, getting a little bit loose. Cars beating and banging off of each other in the mid-pack, but Ethan George is clear, and he's got the lead by a substantial point compared to how he did earlier, but Dagan Roca not going to let it go easily. He runs the outside, almost into the outside barrier, trying to do what he can to challenge Ethan George. Here comes Daniel Selway Jr. on the bottom, trying to use the shortest distance around the track to get to the leader. Gonna lose a lot of time with the 3 cars on the outside pushing hard to get to the leader. Ethan George still leading here. Daniel Selway Jr. has to check up substantially. Doesn't have enough grip to carry the speed through the corner. As Dagan Roca now has a lot of speed off the corner. He has got speed going towards Ethan George. Will he push him? He stays. Yes, he does. He stays right in behind Ethan George here. As maybe just biting that, just waiting around and trying to build a gap to the pack behind might be the strategy to play here today. As Roca now slots in behind David Pedro, Jacob Smetana, the teammates. These two were just neck and neck with each other at the Charlotte Roval last week out for the win. And speaking of teammates, there's Pierce Smetana, Pikas, and Daniel Selway Jr. getting very loose in the back. They keep it going. They're fine. But definitely a bit of a scare there for the 83 and the 91. Jacob Smetana gets a little bit of a shot, I think that was, to the back of the 78 of Ethan George. So he drives it in. He's going to have very little entry moment, or he's going to have very little exit momentum. And Ethan George has just got a block, but he can't. There's big contact. Mike Jensen and CJ Clark into the wall. As
yellow flag is out.
Going very slow down the straightaway. Substantial damage to the 4 car of CJ Clark. And Mike Jensen has seemingly gotten away relatively unscathed. As oh man, day might be done for CJ Clark. Seems like steering is gone as Jensen loose exiting. So he's already going to be slower coming off turn 4. Selway may have also just gotten loose.
I think the 12 got loose. He just got up into him.
That entire team running top 3 right now. It's Kenneth Pikas and Dagan Roca. Oh, here comes Roca splitting the middle actually. Of the 2
I would like to thank my pit crew for getting me back out on track.
teammates, Oh!
Somehow that damage.
Peter Smetana dove it in there. There's a little bit of
Oh my
contact, I think,
God.
to the bumpers. Can it Picus to the into the wall? As there goes Picus around again.
The yellow flag.
Another car goes
Glad I
around,
had
and I
enough space
think,
there, 01. Didn't
yeah,
wanna wreck
into
you.
another car.
Shit out of me.
Guillermo
dude. Oh my God.
Fuentes Luno. We have seen that plenty of times. That kind of damage, at least today,
Thanks for
plenty
giving
of
me enough
times.
space to get away from that 01.
Yeah, yeah. You're welcome.
Yeah, just Picus getting turned off the wall as everyone bunches up very bad to restart on the outside for Peter Smetana. The inside gets going much better than everyone else as they still, despite having so many less cars, they still fan out 3 wide in the back.
Yes, they
As
do.
hopefully they can keep that clean. As David Pedrell ripping the outside, trying to get the position off Dagan Roca. Dagan Roca was very quick to capitalize on the poor start from the outside line. As teammates link up three cars on the outside, as the entire outside links up here. As not much Dagan Roca can do to try and hold on to some positions there. Pedrell, Subway Jr. actually looking maybe to challenge Peter Smetana for the position there. I think almost gets into the wall. As Roca slots in front of Peter Smetana, gets the push from the 25. Will he take it and make a move? Not entirely certain. Right, Smetana squeezes him just a tad. This is going to hurt Peter Smetana as George held the momentum there.
Yeah, he did. I think he's side drafting him on the exit, so that's helping him. It's keeping Smetana back with him. He has the gap now to slide job him.
Yes, he does, but will he be able to do it, or will Smetana just drive it into the corner? He drives it into the corner to try and keep him from doing that. Not going to help either of these two in the long run. They're just going to fall back on the exit here. Well, maybe not. They somehow gained doing that. That gap was like 4 car lengths entering turn 1. It's now like 1.5.
Yeah, somehow that worked for them. I mean, they might try it again here.
I think they are.
Dagan Roca going to the bottom
Oh,
to
God.
try to cut it off. The 83
Okay,
is
because
really slow.
White flag in the air here at Auto Club. They're nose to tail across the top 3. Who is going to win here at Auto Club? Oh, Peter Smetana. He got loose entering turn 1. What could this mean for the battle for the lead? As here comes David Pedrell. He's got the draft. Does he have the momentum down the straightaway? He looks to the inside. He shows his nose. There's not enough. Maybe he has to dive this one in to make it work. Jacob Smetana drives it on the outside. Peter Smetana on the outside as well. He drives it in. Does he have the momentum off the corner? David Pedrell down the straightaway might have to get a little bit of side draft. He's got momentum. They come side by side to the line. Jacob Smetana wins at Auto Club. Jacob Smetana, the winner, is the teammates burning it down. 3 cars. Put a statement on the field today that when these 3 reach Cup, there are going to be problems for the field. As Jacob Smetana wins, David Pedrell gets 2nd, Peter Smetana in 3rd, Daniel Selway Jr. in 4th, and Dagan Roca in 5th. That's your top 5 finishers from today as they line up 3 cars in victory lane. Oh,